This video is brought to you by EA Game Changers. Without them this would not be possible, and thanks EA for getting us out to the capture event. A lot of people have, well, there was a massive debate on this whole Gerrard and Lampard thing because Gerrard had a better rating and that, you know, caused a big spark. Yeah. And now everyone and the granny's asking who was better, Gerrard or Lampard. We're going to try and address that here today.
We're going to answer that question.
We're going to compare Gerrard and Lampard, and what we did, we played FIFA 19, we got Gerrard and Lampard in the team, and we tried them both out. And what we're going to do is discuss now the pros and cons of each one.
Correct,
Matt,
Chrissy boy.
over to you, pal.
Cheers, mate. Thanks for passing it on to me, Chrissy pal. Got me fresh shirt on. I'm ready. Got me glasses on as well. My eyes are probably disappearing.
Going for a night out tonight, eh, mate?
Yeah, that's it, innit? Getting ready for tonight. Yeah, so starting off, we're with the baby versions of the icons. Now, I played with the babies, the Gerrard and the Lampard. So Chris doesn't really have much to say
Chris
about
wants
this one.
5,000 likes. Yeah, I do, guys. I do. It is cheeky.
That's fucking cheeky,
it's
mate.
Very cheeky, but I want 5k likes, guys. Hit that like button.
I'll do it, because if you don't, I've got to put up with him in a mood otherwise, so...
What?
I'm joking, I don't know what
I don't really give a shit, I'm just saying, hit the like, you've got to.
Okay, anyway,
I'm a YouTuber.
Let's just get on with this, right? Gerrard, first of all, let's start on this. He's jumping with the baby prime. Considering it's 73... it was really good, alright? So that was the first surprising thing. His curves on the corners were excellent. This is the baby version of Gerrard, remember? So
can you say that one more time? Was it the baby version?
This is the baby version of the primes.
Say one more time.
The baby version of the primes. Gerrard is bulky, guys. You know, he's got that power to really hold the ball. Obviously, his long shots are good. The baby version, he can score them.
There it is.
He can score them, Chris. There's no problem with that at all. Sometimes they won't work, obviously. More often than not, they won't work, but they do most of the time test the keeper, as you can see there. But there's also, you know, you've got to learn how to shoot at the end of the day.
So hang on, which two cards are we comparing here?
So that was the Gerrard. That was the Gerrard, right? Now we're going to get onto the Lampard, and I can conclude a little bit on the baby versions, okay?
Alright, then we're getting on with Frank Lampard now. Frank Lampard.
Baby version, Lampard.
Playing for West Ham.
Yeah, man.
That's a terrible accent, sorry.
So this is the comparison, really, isn't it, now, with the baby versions. You did the middle versions, so Chris will be talking more about the middle versions. But, yeah, so it's hard. I was playing them in the same team, actually in, like, cam roles. Remember, these are naturally centre midfielders. I feel like they will be better in centre mids, but I wanted to put them in cam because I wanted to get them into the action. Do you know what I mean? Get them into the action.
By the way, the way that they run and move,
it's just like them. It's amazing. Honestly, I've got a good clip of that at some point as well. You know, like when Lampard used to shoot, he used to like put his arm across himself. It's weird, but he does it in this, and it's really characteristic of how he actually played. But Lampard was good. Lampard and Gerrard, the baby versions, they were really good. You know, both of them. We are moving on to the primes, obviously, and you are expecting the primes to maybe be the best, but you know, the babies don't get that. Don't, you know...
I'm getting sick of the word babies, so can we just start with the lowest rated?
They're not that good. Now, Gerrard, he makes some really, really good runs from the centre mid cam roll. Lampard doesn't do it as much. Lampard stays back a little bit. Gerrard makes those classic Gerrard runs like he used to
even if you don't do a run on, Gerrard will do it automatically.
He just does it.
Lampard will sit back more.
Yeah, so you know that's a debate on where you want to play them. But what a finish with Lampard there. You know, he just turns it, he smashes it. Again, you've got to learn how to shoot with the game. That goes a long way. You can't just say, "Oh, Lampard's can't shoot" because that was shit. You know. You've got to time your shot really well.
One thing you can say about both of these is that they are both very good at shooting, and
they are.
I don't think there's anything in it. I think if we're talking about shooting ability, they're both
pretty similar.
They're both similar.
They both scored and missed about the same amount,
and that's reflective of real life. They were both actually very good at shooting,
and also some of the shots can go wild like that. So to compare the baby version of Gerrard and Lampard, I'd say it depends what you want attacking wise. If you want that centre mid to get forward a bit, you go with Gerrard. If you want your centre mid to stay back, you go with Lampard. For me, it is as simple as that. They are very similar in every other aspect of the game. So let's get on into the middle version and let's see what the middle versions are like.
Alright then, so we're moving on to the mediocre versions of these guys now. So the the middle class icons.
The skinhead.
Don't have to say babies now. Thank fuck, that was doing my head in.
Middle class.
Say the lowest
the
rate.
middle class.
The middle class. Yeah. So
the skinhead Gerrard.
Banger. That was a banging effort. I was trying these guys out. I did most of this gameplay. Not all of it.
We can actually tell that with the camera.
Yeah, true. I was on co-op camera, yeah. So I think a lot of the things that I'm going to say about these two guys, that was a great strike from Gerrard. Look at that, beautiful. First of all, by the way, we were playing CPU. This is not an online test, so I mean, these clips are, I guess, easier to get when you're playing the CPU. I think I was playing on professional, so I wasn't playing on amateur, but
it was really to test out the basics, though, isn't it? You know, can they pass? Can they shoot? You know, and I can see that Gerrard's shots go wild now and again as well on the middle version.
But a point I'd just like to make, and actually I need to see the cards just to see what the physical ratings are, but I found, this is my personal opinion, I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I thought Lampard was physically better at holding the ball.
Okay. What, in the middle versions?
Yeah, so if you've got the ball and someone's, you know, on you trying to win the ball off you,
I agree.
I found Lampard held the ball better.
I think I agree. Okay, well, talking of Lampard, let's get on to Lampard then, and let's see what you thought about him.
Yeah, so I've just seen the stats, and Gerrard is rated higher physically, and that's funny because if you hadn't have shown me the stats, I'd have probably said Lampard was better physically, but
Lampard was really good at holding the ball.
He was. Did you notice it as well?
Yeah, you know, you press LT and he'll shield the ball. Just does it really well. But
I think it's because he's got a bit more pork on him, bit of a bigger build.
But Gerrard is better at storming through people almost.
Absolutely.
When he gets tackled, he might just keep that ball kind of thing.
Look at that. No. Imagine Lampard doing that.
I kept that in because I knew you'd have a laugh with that.
Yeah, so to sum it up, so we're comparing all of the different versions of these guys.
Yeah, which is hard in itself.
But ultimately, the pros and cons are the same. Really, in all
ultimately, yeah, I feel
they're both pretty similar at shooting. I'd say Lampard's better physically, even though the stats don't say it.
Yeah.
Gerrard is better, like you said, in terms of an attacking. You know, he goes forward whether you tell him to or not. He does it. Lampard did at times was quite deep actually.
Put it this way, I feel like you can play Gerrard in cam.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like Lampard would be a good cam.
I agree with that.
So
passing. Who was better at passing?
Well,
bit of a tricky one, really. Again, because
middle versions. I mean, for me, in the baby versions, they were equal. I didn't really find.
That's what I'm getting at. I thought they were pretty similar in the shooting sense.
What about like over the tops or anything like that? Because I found actually that the baby Gerrard was better at over the tops than the Lampard.
Can we say the lowest rated? Please?
Oh right, okay, lowest rated.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Been paid to say that. But yeah, what a finish that is.
That was a great goal from Lamps there. But ultimately, you know, I want both of these in my team, especially as an England.
Do you actually then? Do you actually?
Yeah, well, I want to get both of them.
Okay, interesting.
So, you know, to round up the conclusion of playing with the middle class versions, I personally, that was a nice goal from Lampard.
Yeah, I scored that.
And it's, you know, a very, very minor.
Yeah.
Difference, but I preferred Lampard.
Yeah,
that's going to be an unpopular opinion because we did a vote about a month ago who's better, Gerrard or Lampard. Gerrard won it by about 70%, which did surprise me because I thought in his prime in 2005ish, I thought Lampard was the better player. Again, my opinion.
Well, I tell you what,
Matt is Team Gerrard, so we have differences, you know.
I tell you what, talking about primes, let's get on to the primes. Okay then, so getting on to the prime Gerrard now, this is where things really start to heat up a little bit. Now, obviously, the prime Gerrard is the slowest, so you're not going to expect, you know, those runs forward.
What, the slowest, what, in terms of compared to...
Pace, yeah.
Compared to his other
cards?
Out
of the three.
Really?
Yeah.
The prime Gerrard, I didn't even...
However, his shooting is better, his passing is better. I didn't really notice much about the passing, but generally as a feel of Gerrard on the pitch, he definitely felt the best one, in my opinion, out of, you know, all three of them.
So you're saying the prime Gerrard was the best Gerrard?
I feel, yeah, I mean...
that's a lovely ball there. Look at that.
I wanted to pick up on his through balls over the tops. He does another one here. He really... It's that classic Gerrard ball, you know what I mean? It's just pinnacle.
You can see there the pitch is wet, by the way, guys, if you see. It's been raining. I love that touch as well.
Yeah, that's got nothing to do with Gerrard, Chris.
Oh, that's... Yeah, no, but just talking about gameplay as well, going away from Gerrard quickly, you can see the ball physics in this game are a lot better than FIFA 18, the way it swerves sometimes.
Yeah, but yeah, the prime, like I say, you know, all the Gerrards, they run forward. They have that sort of mindset of running forward. Like there, you can see him. He's charging. I didn't tell him to do that. However, if he does do that and something fails, then you know, with the lower pace on the prime, he's not going to get back as quick and stuff. But yeah, cracking player at running forward. What did you think about the prime Gerrard, mate, compared to the middle one? What a fit. Fucking hell. It's absolute Gerrard classic, isn't it, that?
Yeah, I mean, again, I found them all pretty similar in terms of what the pros and cons are. It's just that
I would definitely say that the primes are the best, in my opinion.
I mean, I'd agree with that. But like I say, what's good about him and what's bad about him? Well, there's nothing bad about him. What's bad about him?
There is actually, just showing the weak foot there. I didn't really notice anything good coming from the weak foot, as you wouldn't really expect. So you do want to try and get them onto their strong foot.
I would put Prime Gerrard in my team, by the way. I'm going to go for this. I'd put Prime Gerrard in CAM. Prime Gerrard CAM, and then I'd put Lampard in centre mid.
Lampard definitely in a centre mid. You could also have Gerrard as a centre mid in like a 4-4-2. He could charge forward. He could work really well, help with getting up front a little bit. Great finesse shot on him as well, actually. That was with his weak foot, really nice. He takes a really good first touch, actually, Chris.
Gerrard will score you more goals, do you think, in this game?
Gerrard will score you more goals.
I think
that is fair to say. Very fair to say. To be honest,
I think I probably would agree with that.
So let's get on to seeing what Lampard Prime did for us.
Okay, so the Prime Frank Lampard now. I'm a bit of a Frank Lampard fanboy, so I apologise for that. Like I say, I was always Team Lampard.
Have you been paid by Lampard? You've been paid by Lampard to say good things about his card so people go and use his card, haven't you? Look at that pass from him there.
Lovely ball there, Frank.
I had to put that in. It just really does show that, he's got good passing.
So, are we going to say that the Prime Lampard was the best Lampard as well?
Yes.
Yeah, so the Prime cards are the best with both of these guys, we've concluded.
Yeah. The Lampard isn't actually the slowest, which is quite interesting, the Prime. So, maybe the Prime Lampard might be better than the Prime Gerrard, but again, it depends what you want. Look at that pass there, just a perfectly weighted through ball, and Ronaldo actually misses that. So you think that Ronaldo's rubbish at finishing, but that was just me just being bad at shooting. There's a great ball from Gerrard. See that? Fucking put that on a plate for you. Lampard crosses it in. You've got both of them there, Chris.
Just to make another point there, by the way, Gerrard and Lampard play really well together. That's not very realistic.
Yes, I know. I was going to look
unrealistic.
At that ball, man.
Because Lampard and Gerrard could not play together, and that's why England were always shit.
Yeah. No, but honestly, Chris, I feel like, when they sit deep in that CM roll, as you can see, they can pop balls off like nothing, man. They can really set up your strikers. If you got them strikers that run in behind, beautiful. Look at this from Lampard. Look at that. If there's no one on the line there, that's going in. Unfortunate, but Gerrard.
I want both.
Look, Gerrard.
Both.
No, that was Lampard. Sorry, I
want both in my team.
No, I don't.
They're both. To summarise it, they're both brilliant. They're both great at shooting. They both. Lampard,
good at corners.
Lampard's great at corners.
Yeah,
I wanted to show that actually. Yeah, but you've demonstrated that Gerrard can take corners as well.
They can both take corners. It's what you'd expect, guys, man. I mean, look, let's round up here, right?
You've got to pick one.
Let's round up, right? Okay, you can only have one in your team. We've come to the conclusion that the Prime versions are our favourites. Okay.
Yep.
So
you've got to pick one. Go.
Okay, it's a tough one.
It is tough. Yeah,
it's a
very
tough one.
That's why everyone debates it, because it's tough.
I would say, right, there's going to be a better cam for me, so I'm not going to go for Gerrard. I'd go for Lampard and I'd pop him in CM. That's what I'd do. I feel like the safety's there. I feel like he can hold the ball really well. I feel like he'll dispatch the balls beautifully. And that is picturesque of Lampard, man. That sort of wraparound arm there.
Yeah,
what about you?
For me, because they're both so good, really, what I'll say is if I had to play one in CAM, I'm going Gerrard. And for centre mid, I'd go Lampard.
Okay, that's it. Concluded.
I'm kind of copping out of it a little bit.
Copping out, mate. Okay, so guys, I hope that this little review, I guess, of these two players has helped you out.
Can't go wrong with either of them.
Can't go wrong with either of them.